Please stand for the posting of the colors and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, a message from Pastor Bob Beckler, and the invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to a republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. My name is Bob Beckler, and I'm the senior pastor here at Central Community Church, and I want to welcome you. I want you to know that it is an honor for us to serve you and to have you here with us this morning. My wife and I have just been here at Central Community for a year and a half. We came from Lake Wales, Florida. When we were in Lake Wales, Florida, I was looking for a way to get involved in the community, and so I went to the Lake Wales Police Department. For 7 years, I served as the chaplain of the Lake Wales Police Department in Polk County, which at that time was known as the meth capital of Florida. I learned a lot about law enforcement. And one of the things that I learned more than anything is this: what you are about to do is not a job. It is a calling. And it is one of the highest callings that can be given. And I want you to know that as a church and as a community, we will pray for God's protection over you and your families as you protect this community. Thank you for being here.
Pastor Henyon will give the invocation.
Let us pray. Our great God and Heavenly Father, we are so grateful for this day and for this wonderful nation that we have in this beautiful community. And I thank you, as the pastor just said, that these young men and women have answered your call to be ministers of your justice throughout this land. I pray, Lord, that these young men and women will listen and remember and recall the good training that they received, that they will follow the policies and bring honor and justice to this community. I pray for their families as they support them. And I pray for them that they don't get discouraged when they see some of the injustice go on. Lord, set them free and use them for your glory, and that the justice may reign in this country. And it's through Christ I pray this. Amen.
Please be seated. Good morning, graduates, family, friends, and all of our distinguished guests. I'm Captain Brent Allred, Training Commander for the Wichita Police Department. On behalf of the staff of the Wichita-Sedgwick County Law Enforcement Training Center, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Fall 2014 Recruit Class graduation. 24 weeks ago on June 9th, this group of men and women assembled for the first time to begin their academy training. They had already completed a comprehensive testing and screening process that took many months, and they were chosen from a pool of several hundred applicants. Since June, members of the training staff and dozens of guest instructors have put forth a tremendous amount of time and effort to deliver the challenging and comprehensive training regimen that our academy is so well known for. Some of the major topics included criminal law and procedure, community policing and problem solving, ethics, defensive tactics, handgun and shotgun proficiency, defensive driving, and emergency vehicle operations, along with report writing, customer service, and diversity awareness. There is also an extensive amount of practical scenario training provided, including car stops, building searches, domestic disturbances, and many other topics. The graduates we are recognizing here today have successfully completed all of this training, the associated testing, and all other requirements of the Wichita-Sedgwick County Law Enforcement Training Center and the Kansas Commission on Peace Officers Standards and Training. None of this would have been possible without the efforts of the Training Academy staff and our many guest instructors. Deserving special recognition for the success of this class is Lieutenant Heather Bachman, Sergeant Amy Osborne, Field Training Officer Bart Norton, and Field Training Deputy John Ralston, the lead instructors. Please stand and be recognized. Interim Police Chief Nelson Mosley joined the Wichita Police Department in February of 1987. During his 27 years with the police department, he obtained the ranks of police officer, detective, sergeant, lieutenant, captain, deputy police chief, and in September of 2014, he was appointed interim police chief for the Wichita Police Department. Chief Mosley received his Master's of Science degree in management, as well as a Bachelor's of Science degree in Human Resource Management, both from Friends University. He graduated from the 241st session of the FBI National Academy in June of 2010 and has received numerous awards throughout his law enforcement career, to include the Bronze Wreath of Merit, the Distinguished Service Award, the Life Saving Award, the Perfect Attendance Award, the Safe Driving Award, and several certificates of appreciation. In 2004, he was recognized by the Wichita Business Journal with the 40 Under 40 Award and was a member of the 2006 Leadership Wichita class. Chief Mosley currently serves on several community advisory boards, including the East YMCA. He serves as a volunteer in our community and coaches youth basketball. It is my honor to introduce Chief Nelson Mosley.
Good morning. I want to welcome you all to the 2014 Fall Recruit graduation. Before I begin my remarks, I want to welcome the elected officials, City Manager Robert Layton, family of our graduates, and finally, all of our police and sheriff graduates. The day you've been waiting for is finally here. Today, I'd like to talk about the importance of family and professionalism. Family is important in the police culture. We often refer to new officers as becoming one of our family. We let our retiring officers know that we're always part of the family. Characteristics of family include loyalty, honesty, sincerity, communication, and camaraderie. Now, what is it about family that is so special? For most of you today, your family has been a part of the process of you becoming law enforcement officers. They've stood by you as you prepared for this career path. Many have assisted you in studying for exams, adjusted their schedules, and were available for child care. You make adjustments for your loved ones because at the end of the day, they are your family. We want to welcome you today to a new extended family. A family that prides itself on compassion, integrity, bravery, and professionalism. One that is sometimes misunderstood, marginalized, and criticized. But without a doubt, this family plays an important role in this society. We are the keepers of peace and justice. We run into harm's way while others run away from it. We counsel people at their weakest moments and snatch others out of harm's way to keep our community safe. But just as important as family, so as being professional, representing our family well. We have seen in recent months how much attention police have been receiving all around this country. You are joining our ranks at a true time of opportunity. That is why you must remain professionals, or the professionals we have trained you to be. Professionals are able to see the big picture. They are not easily discouraged by circumstances they're in. They find ways to succeed when others give up. Professionalism is a way of life. Now, we are counting on each of you to be professional in your duties. In the Wichita Police Department's mission statement, we state that our mission is to provide professional and ethical public safety services in partnership with our citizens. We value ethical behavior, protecting the community, diversity, and problem solving. With each of these values, we are building the trust of our community. We're adhering to the highest standards of personal and professional conduct. We're addressing crime and the fear of crime, respecting differences, and work while working in partnership with our community. Now, how do we accomplish this? It is by being professional and working hard to accomplish all of these things. Again, I had the opportunity to meet with the recruit class earlier this week, now graduates here soon to be. And we talked about a number of things. Number one was integrity. Also, make goals in your career, short-term, long-term goals, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of opportunity within both agencies. I also heard that we also needed to adjust some policies. They had suggestions to put the goatee back in our policy. We'll look at that. But again, I want to say congratulations to the graduates, welcome to the family, and be professional and work hard and be safe in our community. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Lieutenant Brad Hoke. I'm the training commander for the Sedgwick County Sheriff's Department. It is my distinct honor to introduce to you Sheriff Jeff Easter. Sheriff Easter is a native of Kansas. He received his bachelor's degree in management from Friends University. He began his law enforcement career with the Wichita Police Department in 1989. During his career with the department, he worked as an officer in patrol. He worked as a narcotics detective, DEA task force agent, patrol sergeant, investigation sergeant, scat sergeant, watch commander, acting captain of Patrol East, and eventually the captain of Patrol North, where he retired from in 2012. That same year, Jeff Easter was elected as the sheriff of Sedgwick County and took office on December 17th, 2012. He supervises 537 employees in operations, investigations, court services, and the detention facility. Sheriff Easter is married to Kimberly and has 3 daughters, Melissa, Jaden, Sophia, and 1 son, Kevin Scott. Please join me in welcome Sheriff Jeff Easter.
Good morning. Appreciate everybody being here. We talked to the recruits yesterday, and I told them I would be short, so hopefully I stay that way. Welcome to today's ceremonies. It is wonderful to see all the family and friends present to offer support and help celebrate with these graduating Sedgwick County deputies and Wichita police officers. I'd like to acknowledge some special guests we have in attendance today, Judge Fleetwood, who will be administering the oath, and we also have the C Post Director and former Sheriff Gary Steed in the back. Graduations are to celebrate achievement. Graduation day also marks the end of training and the beginning of a career that is very rewarding and challenging at the same time. Being a law enforcement officer is a difficult challenge. With events of unrest and incidents of violent crime that are happening all across the United States, these young men and women will be challenged to make quick and sometimes life-threatening decisions from the onset of their careers. Between the Sedgwick County Sheriff's Office and the Wichita Police Department, 27 members from our storied organizations have died in the line of duty serving and protecting the citizens of Sedgwick County. I mentioned to the recruits yesterday during our conversations that they are tasked with not dishonoring the badge they will receive today, because if they do make poor decisions, they will have tarnished the 27 law enforcement officers that have died wearing the same badge. We also discussed what having integrity, ethics, and morals means to law enforcement officers. Without these three character traits, then you, as a law enforcement officer, will not be employed as a Sedgwick County deputy or Wichita Police Department officer. Without these key traits, citizens will not trust you, other law enforcement officers will not trust you, and your testimony in court will never be used. If you do not remember anything else I have said today, please remember to always have integrity, good morals, and practice ethical behavior both on and off duty. To the families, we thank you for raising such fine women and men and sharing their knowledge and skill with the Sedgwick County Sheriff's Office. These young men and women are the future of the Sedgwick County Sheriff's Office. They are fine examples of what we look for in members of our law enforcement family. The deputies have completed 23 weeks of training. They have learned about a variety of topics to equip them with the knowledge and skill set to be successful law enforcement officers. I am confident that these deputies and officers will make their family members very proud, as well as the citizens they serve. I'd like to share with you just a brief comment. I've been in law enforcement for almost 25 and a half years. I come from a law enforcement family. And within that family, my father was a major with the police department. My brother was a Sedgwick County Sheriff's deputy. During those time frames, we're not the type of family that would sit around the coffee table or at Christmas and discuss police work. Police work was something we did that wasn't our life. I shared with the deputies yesterday that they need to make some decisions as well. I am a father of 4 and a husband. Trust me, and those folks that know my wife, I am not the sheriff at home. So you have to make that distinction. Yes, I have a career, and that career is in law enforcement. And I do my duty. I serve the citizens as the best I can. But at home, I am somebody else. And that's the person that I want to be all the time. And if you don't make that distinction, in my opinion, you can run into problems in this career. If you do nothing but live as a law enforcement officer 24/7, I don't think that that's possible. And I know the family doesn't want you to do that 24/7. As a new recruit and a new graduate, you're going to be living it 24/7 for a while. But after a while, you need to determine exactly how you blend both your career and your family. The families are a key to your success. You'll have to endure your loved one working nights, days off during the week, and not being home for holidays. You have to listen to your loved one when they have a difficult shift, but know they are doing a service to the community that very few are chosen for. At this time, I'd like for everybody within the training academy to stand up, because it takes a lot of people to get you to where you're at. So if the folks from the academic section, background investigators, and command and the staff from out there could please stand. And we need to give them a round of applause. Thank you. I just want to say to the recruits, you have chosen a career to be very proud of, and all eyes are upon you now. Never say or do anything that compromises your integrity. Thank you for your time today, and good luck with your new career.
It has been a long-standing tradition for each recruit class to elect a class president. The recruits alone make the selection, and this class made theirs several weeks ago. One of the most important duties of the president is to represent the class with comments during today's ceremony. Representing the class for the Wichita Police Department this morning is Officer Bradley Berry.
A little nervous. Where do I start? Good morning. My name is Officer Bradley Berry. I want to thank you for attending the Wichita Police Department Sedgwick County Sheriff's Office Recruit Class graduation. I'm honored to be selected to stand before you and say a few words about our class's experience for the last 24 weeks. First and foremost, I want to thank our command staff, pre-employment staff, officers and deputies for their hard work that they put in for selecting 22 of us to be here and represent the Wichita Police Department. They put in a lot of work looking over our applications, selecting who they believe will make great officers and deputies and will represent our departments honorably. Almost 6 months ago, 22 of us stepped foot in the training facility with the same goal in mind, becoming part of Wichita's finest. We sized each other up, we barely spoke to one another, and I think I can speak for all of us, we were pretty nervous. For myself, I was extremely nervous because I forgot a pen. I mean, who forgets a pen on their first day of work? But I made sure that I had enough pens for the rest of the academy, and I'm pretty sure I bought enough that I could give everyone on the department a pen. I just want to briefly tell everyone what the last 24 weeks have been like for us. We have endured being tased, we learned pressure points, defensive tactics, and the dreaded pepper spray. As bad as the taser and the pepper spray were, I believe that they were pretty comical for all of us recruits, including Sergeant Bolin. I am glad that we don't have to experience that again, at least I hope anyway. Our first week we participated in what the Academy calls Team Building Day. I'm pretty sure a lot of our class has never done anything even remotely close to such things as carrying telephone poles or 50-pound ammo cans. But on that day, we all learned what it was like to be a team and realized that this is not a job that you can do by yourself. We have become friends, we have become a team, and most importantly, we have become a family. Despite the stress that we have endured through the last 24 weeks, we have been able to enjoy our training. To all of our instructors, I want to personally thank you for devoting your time to us and for helping us build off of a foundation that you provided through your vast knowledge. We did our best every week, reminding each other to do our homework, not forgetting PT gear, remembering to shine our boots. But we had our bumps along the way, like forgetting our gun, not being able to complete a whole ride-along because we may or may not have gotten sick, getting angry at our oven, and one of us even may have had narcolepsy, but we're not sure. Or even finding a good tailor to, tighten our shirt sleeves just a little bit tighter. But 24 weeks later, we now stand here and we reflect and laugh at the little things that were so big along our journey. We stand here ready to represent the department and eager to interact with the community and make a difference. I want to thank some very special people that had a hand in guiding us through the beginning of our journey. First and foremost, our family and friends. Thank you for your support and positive words to keep us motivated to achieve our goals and dreams. Without your love and support, we would not be here today. I want to thank Officer Bart Norton for his wisdom and comic relief. You are a wealth of knowledge, sir. You may have been hard on us at times, but I believe it was because we are the future of this department. And I'm pretty sure you want us to always have a little Bart Norton on our shoulder saying, "Really? Are you freaking kidding me?" Sergeant Bolin, thank you for teaching us that pressure points and pepper spray are very effective tools. Let's see if I can turn the page here. Your team of instructors taught us great tactics to protect ourselves. But I know for most of us, it only took one time at being your test dummy that we knew we made a mistake. But thank you for devoting your time, experiences, and expertise to us. And last, our Academy Lieutenant Heather Bachman. Thank you for all you have done for us. You're true inspiration and a great leader. And I'm not saying that to get brownie points anymore. We did our best to make your life easier by policing each other. So we didn't have to carry the brick or endure any of your punishments, which I may add, as much as we enjoyed them, we knew we were punishing you as well. I'm personally glad that we are the last class that you have had the privilege to guide and instruct. Some of us will have the privilege to work with you out west, and some will not be as fortunate. But I really believe that if any 22 of us have a question or stumped along the way, we can call you and you will guide us in the right direction, or at least make us do burpees. Either way, thank you for all you have done for us. We appreciate you more than you know. In closing, for my fellow officers and new family, we now represent the Thin Blue Line. It represents law enforcement who daily protect our nation. They are courageous and compassionate, fearless and fair, brave and benevolent, prepared to save, ready to serve, and willing to protect, even if it means giving our life for yours. The black background is a constant reminder of all fallen officers, a reminder of all sacrifices, a reminder that we will never forget, and a reminder that we are never alone. The Thin Blue Line is what police stand on and protect. The barrier between anarchy and a civilized society, between order and chaos, between respect and decency and lawlessness. We are now the Thin Blue Line. Thank you.
Like the Wichita Police Department, the sheriff class is also tasked with choosing a class president that represents them throughout the academy. For this fall class, Deputy Justin Price was elected as class president by his peers. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Deputy Justin Price.
Good morning. I would like to thank Judge Fleetwood, Sheriff Easter, and Chief Mosley, and all of our respective command staffs for coming to witness this pivotal moment in our lives. I will never forget my first day at the academy. I spent almost the entire night before ironing my clothes and polishing my shoes. And then when I finally went to bed, I was so excited I couldn't fall asleep. The morning of, I woke up almost an hour before my alarm went off, and I still sprang out of bed like I was running late. The entire time in the back of my mind, I was thinking, today's the day. Today's the day I become a cop. I think I said it so much, I think I had convinced myself that Sheriff Easter was going to be like, okay, Deputy Price, here's your badge, here's your gun, here's the keys to my Charger. Go out there and go get them. That's how excited I was, but it was soon after that reality hit pretty hard when instead I was going in and kicking in doors and serving no-knock warrants. I was stuck in the classroom for 8 hours learning policy and procedure. That's when I learned I couldn't rely on my previous training of CSI and Law and Order and the Lethal Weapon films if I was going to be a good cop. If there's one thing we learned in the academy is that we rely on each other more than anything else. But a wise person would take a second look at my classmates and at first glance maybe think twice. Whether it was Deputy White's hobbit limp or Deputy Kaler's involuntary head bobbing, we didn't exactly look like a frightening bunch. But as our training continued, we progressed toward and surpassed goals none of us thought we could. And it was in these times that we found our success not due to our merit alone, but instead to the efforts of our team. This academy has taught us that law enforcement is as much an art as it is a science. As we learned in Law Week with our county attorneys, there is almost never a bright line rule, and everything is situational. And it is in these situations that we must learn to exercise our discretion, uphold the law, protect each other, and go home at the end of our shift. And I know this feels like the end of our journey together, but it only marks the beginning of a new era. And more importantly, never forget the same principles of teamwork, ingenuity, and confidence we learned in the academy still apply. At the end stages of our academy, I think our initial excitement wore off as we were overwhelmed by the huge responsibility that we realized was soon to be placed on us. Also, I suspect PowerPoint may have something to do with that as well. And I know for the past 6 months we've all been crammed with information, but please don't let that deter you from becoming an expert in your careers. In fact, if there's one thing I took from this academy is there should be no point in our law enforcement lives where we say to ourselves, I'm done learning. As one of our instructors taught us, we should strive for perfection but settle for excellence. There is always room for improvement. Lastly, I would like to thank our Academy instructors. Thank you for all of your hard work in building the foundation of our law enforcement careers. Sergeant Osborne and Deputy Ralston, we especially thank you and remain forever indebted to you. It would have been all too easy for you guys just to sit back and do the bare minimum, but you took the time to make sure that we received some of the best training that we possibly could to accomplish our goals. Also, thank you to all of our families who have been there with us in this endeavor, whether it was quizzing us on 10 codes, rubbing sore muscles, or ironing our uniforms. We thank you. I would like to finish with a quote from the 28th President of the United States, Mr. Woodrow Wilson. He says, "You are not merely here to make a living. You are here in order to enable the world to live more amply, with greater vision and with a finer spirit of hope and achievement. You are here to enrich the world, and you impoverish yourself if you forget the errand." Thank you and congratulations to the 2014 Fall Commission Class.
The oath of office is a pledge given by an individual in the presence of witnesses to perform their duty with honor. We are honored to have Judge James Fleetwood with us today to administer the oath. Judge Fleetwood moved to Kansas to go to Washburn School of Law in December of 1986 with his wife and young son. Prior to coming to Kansas, he attended Brigham Young University, receiving a degree in Mandarin Chinese and Asian Studies. After graduating from law school, he moved to Wichita to begin work at Koch Industries in the Environmental Law Department. In 1985, he opened his own practice and continued the practice of law for 2 years until he ran for judge in Division 11. He has been on the bench for 14 years and has served as a presiding judge of domestic and civil departments and is presently the chief judge of the 18th Judicial District. Judge Fleetwood is also the editor of the Bar's monthly legal publication, Barometer, and serves on the executive committee of the Kansas District Judges Association. His community activity includes involvement as the commissioner of the Quivira Council of Boy Scouts of America and is presently the Scoutmaster of Troop 721. As a trained member of the Community Emergency Response Team CERT, he has helped organize volunteer response for local disaster relief. A less appreciated talent is a skill on the Great Highland Bagpipes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to welcome Judge Fleetwood.
Just a few comments, very short. It struck me as I sat here listening. By the way, I got to see these young people actually sweat bullets. They were all in my courtroom and learning what it's like to actually be shot at by a trained defense attorney. And they all survived. They did a great job. When I was in high school, I wanted a job. Wood mill, maybe working on the ranch, something like that. I just wanted a job. Later I thought, well, maybe I could do something more. Maybe I could go for a career. So I went to college, and I thought, well, what'll I do now? Maybe I'll go work for the NSA. Marine Corps wanted me. There was several other opportunities. I was just looking for some kind of career. But it wasn't till about 20 years ago I decided I wanted a calling. And that's when I first took an oath of office as a judge. You have kind of jumped through past all of that and gone right. Instead of a job or a career, you've wanted a calling. And I am grateful for the opportunity to be here with you as you begin this. If each of you will please stand. As the graduating class, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution and the laws of the United States, the Constitution and laws of the state of Kansas, and will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of the Office of Law Enforcement Officer in Wichita, Sedgwick County, Kansas. So help me God. Thank you. Please be seated.
It is now time to present the graduates with their certificates of completion. Officer Patrick Y. Adair.
Philip B. Berger.
Bradley J. Berry.
Tyler W. Brooks.
Timothy S. Chapman.
Jada D. Edison.
Alec S. Eller. Officer Eller is also the recipient of the Wichita Police Department Physical Fitness Award.
Brock L. England.
Samuel M. Floyd.
Zachary R. Gehring.
Joshua A. Gilmer.
Brandon R. Glass.
Michael T. Graham.
Tracy N. Gupalon.
Michael A. Jossel is also the recipient of the Academic Achievement Award and the Physical Fitness Award for the Sedgwick County Sheriff's Office.
Jeremy E. Kaler.
Richard S. Kunke.
Travis L. Liedl. He is also the recipient for the Wichita Police Department for the Academic Achievement Award.
Bryce A. Losing.
Amber L. McClure.
Alan R. Nave.
Timothy A. Newell. He is also the recipient for the Marksmanship Award for the Wichita Police Department.
Glenn A. Norton.
Justin W. Price.
Richard L. Rogers II.
Brooke A. Rosenboom.
Gary A. Tate.
Erica M. Tice.
Benjamin C. Van Leven.
Timothy M. Westcott.
Jason C. White, also the recipient of the Sedgwick County Sheriff's Office Marksmanship Award.
Joshua R. Zimmerman.
Class, please stand. Officers, put your badges on. Are you ready to go?
Would you all rise, please? First, I want to congratulate the class. And I want to share God's blessing upon you and all of you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be merciful to you. The Lord lift up his countenance and presence be with you now and forever. Amen.
Before we conclude the ceremony, I would like to invite everyone to attend our graduation reception, which will be held outside in the foyer. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my proud honor to introduce the newest members of the Wichita Police Department and the Sedgwick County Sheriff's Office. That does conclude the ceremony. Thank you for attending, and please be safe going home today.